It's PSA time. It is PSA time. It's Monday morning, and I'm excited to show off some graded and ungraded cards in a PSA reveal. This is a regular order. Is that what that's called now? No, regular cards. Okay. Value bulk, 1980 to present. Now, I clicked the submit button, oh, this is crazy, on June 30th. And I stuck those cards in the mail, and they arrived at PSA, 3 or 4 days later. And then PSA went ahead and took a month to open the godforsaken box and enter it into their system. So you're already a month behind. A month and a couple days. Received, quote unquote, 8/6. And then I received them back on 10/15. So another 2 months on top of that. Oh. 3.5 months. Jeez. And for that, we've got some nonsense. So here's a Jordan Heroes card that is deemed minimum size requirement. So I went ahead and for the at least third time measured it, and it measures perfectly. So at least they don't charge you for that. Even more confusing, a card that measures perfectly, deemed miscut. So the great news for you as the submitter and the person waiting 3.5 months for cards to arrive is that they go ahead and charge you for that, even though they don't even look at it for grading or slab it. Again, completely normal size with no miscut. For those that aren't aware, miscut would mean like it could have a diamond cut where the whole image is sort of shifted. Not the case here. It could be cut like an actual error in the printing process, cutting process. So it could be straight and then have like a dip here. That would be miscut. It could be so far shifted on the sheet that when they cut the cards, you've got like Michael cut off at the waist and then the next card underneath him. So you'd have like Michael and then whoever was below him on the sheet. That would be miscut. This is not miscut. Just so everyone's clear. Let's get into some cards that did make the cut, so to speak. 99 Finest Double Feature. Dual refractor. Tough pulls. You've got left refractor, you've got right refractor, you've got dual refractor. A couple of legends there. That received a 9. Classic Topps Flagship Shack. As always, looking for 9s and 10s on these cards. Otherwise, don't submit them. Got the 9, so okay. Got a somewhat obscure Dwayne Wade rookie from 2003 Topps Collection. So these were only issued in box set form. Good news is, if they're centered, they should be at least mint cards. Sometimes gem mint like that one, so that's cool. I submitted a whole bunch of Jordans. A lot of Jordans. And as someone who owns, at any given time, like 10,000 Jordan cards that I carefully review for grading purposes, I really should know at this point what I'm submitting and get the grades that I'm looking for. Not going to complain on 9s. I don't. I've said for a long time, 9s and 10s are pretty much the same card on a different day, looked at by a different person. So can't complain really about nines. You do on the vast majority of these, if not all of them, get your money back and then some. You add some value with a nine. Nines are easier to sell than raw, so those are all positives of getting nines on cards like these. But then, you know, PSA and they go PSA you or me, and you know, you get an 8 here. Really? Okay, sure, not surprising. There's a 9 on the SP. Pretty classic image, premium product. Again, not going to complain about 9s, although, you know, 10s are nice. This is a cool one because it's a regular base card from 95 metal, but it looks like an insert. So it sells really well in high grade because it's a cool looking card. So I did well on these. And I mean, this is a good example. I might have 50 of this card that I have picked up in various collections over the years, or I see them in $1 or $2 boxes and they don't look roached. Pick them up, review them, send them in. I mean, even raw, this is a pretty easy $5 card, sometimes more. So 9, couple of 9s, couple of 10s. Again, just no difference in any of these. I really don't think there's another 10, so that's cool. I just don't think there's a difference in these cards. There's the 96 hoops. This is a tough one to gem. That one got a 9. And then, you know, my last reveal video, I talked about restoring faith by getting a really competent grader last time. And this is a great example of why I don't send more than about 20 or 25 or so cards in an order, because, you know, if you just looked at this stack, you'd go, oh, Steve knows what he's doing. He sure, he didn't have 100% gem rate. That's impossible, but he knows what he's doing. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. A 7. Nothing wrong with the card. A 7. Oh my. Uh-oh. I mean, again, tough gem, but pretty easy 9. If you can have eyes. What in God's name? A 6. Think about the last 6 you looked at, and you easily found why it was a 6. Here, you want to, not going to focus very well, but, or maybe your internet eyes. I mean, what are we doing? Same here. What are we doing? What happened to my eyes, you know, 18 seconds after? I mean, these are in order. So I'm going through cards. Yes, yeah, no, I don't want to grade that one. Yes, yes, no, 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 yeah. And then I just somehow, my eyes just, or brain, or both, just went awry right there. And then it continued. So I was blinded during this review. Or, I mean, really, I was blind during this review, because if I thought it was an 8, I wouldn't have submitted it. Just sell that one raw. This is another one that, it's a base card from 95 Skybox, but it looks like an insert, so it sells well. I've gemmed these cards before. I've gotten a whole bunch of 9s before. I don't send in 7s. I don't submit 7s. Here, play detective a little bit. Did I? No, of course I didn't. I didn't miss anything. But then my eyes went back to normal, thank goodness. So for what, 6, 8 cards, whatever, I went blind, but then on this one I was able to see again. And look, I was really able to see again on that one. This, I think, is an underrated card. Look this one up. Again, base card, cool image. In a 10, you would just sort of think that this would be higher than it is, which is rare in the Jordan market, but not worth as much as you would think. Maybe I'll just keep it for a while. And then there's a Dream Team one. So my eyes were okay here as well. So I don't know. Is the faith restored still? No, not really.